has for us this morning. Good morning, Rufai, and welcome to the program. Let's hear what you have to say.
All right. Truth has to be said. The calls by an American lawmaker that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released, that they're going to be called cutting aid is part of the calls that have been made in so many quarters. And please do not get me wrong. I'm not saying I agree entirely with everything Nnamdi Kanu did. A lot of his high-handed calls for military officials to be killed were wrong. A lot of the things he did were wrong, were very wrong. And I would never support things like that. But in balancing these arguments, we have also seen what the likes of people like Sheikh Gumi has said. In fact, it is this country that we see politicians have peace deals and peace talks with bandits. These are bandits that are seen to be killing people. They are killing people. This is in the same country that we have bandits being sent to Hajj operation and pilgrimage. So those ones are there. They are moving, they are roaming around freely. And we'll see what Nnamdi Kanu is going through. Like I said before, I've always said it's a political solution. I have not said I agree with everything he said. In fact, he said a lot of things that I condemn him strongly for. But let's also balance out the arguments. That's just it. Hoodlums invade Osun INEC office, cut away PVCs. This is very sad, though. This is how they are going to manipulate the election. The election coming up. If hoodlums storm the World Coalition Center in Okuku, where INEC were distributing PVCs and cutted away some of them, it's very sad, though. It just shows that they are using everything to try to intimidate the incumbents in Osun State. It's a very sad one. Opposition's plan to unite behind a single candidate to go against President Tinubu may be losing momentum. The Turaki-led faction keeps possibility open. If some wicked PDP ruled out any alliance, camp of Atiku Abubakar affirmed that the opposition parties have produced their candidates but remain committed to working together. The thing is, all of these people are not going to work together. Despite all of them had a press conference, they all sat down and all of that, they are not going to work together because everybody is so concerned about how they are going to get the position for themselves. Almost everybody is doing for himself. Obi Kwankwaso is together. Sheyi Makinde is in one place. All of them. So it's a very fractious opposition. And when you have a fractious opposition, you cannot have a coalition of forces. So that is just what is happening. Atiku is slamming federal government over killings in Kaduna. NSCDC impound trucks with 45,000 liters for the treated fuel. Activist urges Nigerian government to prepare for coming flood. These are many other stories that are making the rounds. And increasingly, we keep calling for help for the people of Uzere community. And there's oil spill. Abacha Lawa is saying Obi Kwankwaso ticket, best chance of winning. Hardship threatens personal pension plan, 92% of accounts dormant. Atiku faults Tinubu's borrowing spree amid 7.9 trillion oil windfall. Chad announces plan to withdraw from international criminal courts. Andrea Pirlo is bitter over the debates that cost him Italian job. So what happened invariably is that Andrea Pirlo, he had some business arrangement with a Russian betting company, and that debate back and forth just cost him to leave a job that he loves so much. Infantino too has written a letter saying all of those, saying he spread hate in football, that they are not seeing beyond the joy and celebration that the World Cup brought. Atiku is condemning Southern Kaduna massacre, saying Tinubu is culpable. Iran says there are currently no negotiation with US. US have stopped bombing them again. They've taken a pause. Some in the US are saying because they don't have enough weapons, they want to stockpile weapons again. Some in the US are saying otherwise. They are saying it's because they want to talk peace. Petrol prices again on international scene have gone back to about something dollar per barrel. (2027), Hamzat is saying he will spend one term as governor. Because what I've always heard about this 2027 ambition is Hamzat will just spend one term and open the door for another person truly anointed by Baba to come in. That's what they are saying. And this is an interview that was done with Hamzat. And he says, no agreements. Okay, no agreements that he will spend one term as governor. Okay, I was the one that misquoted that. Sorry, he's saying there's no agreement that he will spend one term as governor, because what a lot of people are saying is that he will spend one term and any candidate that has been anointed by Baba will now come to take over from there. So, but he's saying that there is no agreement. Nobody's saying he will spend only one term in government. Obi is saying that he has never made divisive remarks about Northerners. I'm not sure I've heard it anywhere anyway, that he has ever made any divisive remarks. And if he has, maybe people should bring it out to our attention. Obi is saying President Tinubu is tired. He needs to rest. He's saying he should go home. Political banter at his finest. I think Brian Onuga too has responded to him this afternoon. Give him a jab at Obi. But what annoys me the most about these people, all of them, they fight about political jabs. They don't fight about how to make the people's life better. It's always political jabs here and there. It's a pain that despite what the people are going through, nothing happens. 152 million was disbursed for construction of mini stadium in Orokwe local government in Delta State. Tracker tracked the report. The stadium looked like abandoned structure. It's been that way for over 5 years. Area overgrown with weed. Delta State Sports Commission implement that report. The killings of Nigeria and South Africa has also continued. 530 Nigerians wish to leave and are ready to buy their own ticket. That's what Ireti is saying. 30 tickets will be sponsored by a group of Nigerian lawyers in SA. So we must be able to look at this matter. Babacha Lawa is saying that Tinubu doesn't believe in budgets. Even right from his days as governor, he sees the government money as his own to be used as he pleases. Hear this Babacha Lawa interview speak further. He said he doesn't believe in budget.
Has he done anything to oppose them?
So, Bola the Democrat is not Bola the dictator. Wow. He's always had that in him, that he's always in charge. He's always had that. But if you look at his trajectory, it's something that, one thing I used to, my own personal reason why I supported him, I could see in Lagos, when he was a governor, somebody like my friend, very close friend to Arigbe Shola, was a commissioner of works from Osho. But a lot of them, I think there was even a Hausa man also in the cabinet.
An Igbo man was there?
So I thought that, and I used to tell my Oga, I said, look, This man brings this blueprint to Nigeria. It's very important that somebody can work with people from other places. He has demonstrated it in Lagos that he can work with people from other places. So when it comes to the federal, we'll do that. He demonstrated financial prudence when he was governor. After all, for some 4 years or so, local government subventions from FAC was withheld, but still Lagos prospered because of his financial acumen. All these things make for good governance at a national level, with a country with a multidimensional, multi-ethnic population. But suddenly he comes to Abuja and all he sees is Yoruba. And even in Yoruba, all he sees is Lagos. Even in Lagos, all he sees is the people he worked with before. So what happens to the rest of us? All infrastructure, 80% now is only Lagos. Everything is Lagos. Even for budget, the people that manage to get capital project in the federation are MDs headed by his close associates. So every other person goes to the office, read newspaper, and come back. So what happened to the Bola we knew now? Is it that we don't pray for him, or is it that God doesn't answer our prayers when it concerns him? But certainly, I don't. We are more pained. We who knew him before and who knew him now, we are more pained by what is happening. Especially somebody like myself, I don't complain. They say, you bring her now. Maybe you bring her for us. Maybe you sell him to us. I say, not before now. But I don't know. I don't know.
So this is
I want you to
Babacha
comment
Lawal
specifically on
speaking.
the manifest, very clear evidence of, weaponization of, agents, either state agents or shadowy groups, destabilizing opposition political parties, trying to foist a one-party state, coronation next year rather than having competition.
It's part of it. That is classical Bola. Whatever you say about him is a self-centered person. He's somebody that knows his interests and he pursues it single-mindedly. Whether it's democratic or not democratic, I would have thought that, I've said this before, even his known health conditions and publicly known.
The public does not know any health conditions. It's all in the realm of rumors.
Yes,
I'd like to.
How does
it shed light?
No, I won't. What is not a healthy man now? I mean, Nigeria is no fool when he's always in France. Nigeria is no fool. I mean, the man is not. I've said it before. He should pursue his health. He has become president now for 4 years. That is enough. And but he cannot do more. You have ample examples to show that when you have declining health and age, your performance runs down exponentially. If I were him, I would face my problems now. I don't think he's not. Do you know something? Bola is not even somebody that likes to enjoy food. Bola will wake up in the morning and there's banana in his living room. He will eat banana and the granuts. And that is his food. Or sometimes in the morning they bring ogi and moi, and he takes. No, I've never seen akara. It's ogi and pap. Since I go there any time of the day, sometimes I participate. It's a bit eating. The only thing I know he likes very much is cigarette, silk.
Oh wow, he smokes.
He smokes. I don't know whether he does it now. No. Yeah, but he likes cigarettes. It's silk.
Silk, yes.
So he likes that a lot. He can't do without it. So that's it. He's not even some. So why is he accused of amassing such excessive wealth? I don't understand. He's not going to enjoy it. He doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't do proper dressing. Now that he's president, he does it. There were times I criticized him with the way he dresses. And if you go to Balatinu's house in the morning, he comes out and it meets you. And you say, let's take pictures. Most of these people that like to take pictures, let's take pictures. He'll pose for you in his pajamas, looking unkempt like that. And they go and send it on the internet. There was a time I was fighting with his aides. I said, don't allow him to take pictures until it's properly dressed. So he's not somebody that really revels in luxury or things like that. So I don't know. Who. But you see, when you're in government, when you enter Villa, I think they collect their phones. They collect their phones. They start to treat this phone as if it has bomb inside that if you hold it to explode. So there's somebody whose job is to hold the phones. If they don't want you to see the president, they will never see the president. There were times, I'm telling you, when I left SGF, I surrendered my visa card. Access card. My access card, which gave me access to everywhere. But suddenly, if I want to see the president, I have to go through the process and they hang this piece of paper. How Buhari would hated seeing that thing on me. I said, why are you wearing this? I said, I have to do it now. I'll surrender my card. And in any case, the card is only 4 years. And the 4 years has expired. You call everybody, make sure BD is issued his card back. They never do it.
That reminds me. Can you tell us, how did you and Buhari become so close? What happened?
So this is the Babachalawa interview that is
not about
making
the
the rounds.
government. It's not about government. It's a story. It's not for public knowledge. But when I was a small boy, I think Form 1 or Form 2. I went to see my uncle who was in the same street with him, and the uncle was not at home. There was nobody at home.
Okay, so these are many more other things that he said, and you can listen to Babachalawa's interview and all of that. So on the OB interview, some are saying that people like Sam Amadi are saying that it successfully showed that President Tinubu is trapped in the basement of Aso Rock. He said he's missing in action. He says he successfully classified Tinubu's macroeconomy as a victory for less than 1% billionaire and the casino economy, which are powerful contracts. So those are the things there. But Bayon Onuga too has replied him. In fact, let me get that reply and I'll put it out there. The reply Bayon Onuga made. Bayon Onuga said, on Obi's outburst over impact of renewed hope, Obi needs to get off his high rabbit movement. The unmistakable trail of renewed hope shimmers everywhere across towns, cities, and villages in all 6 geopolitical zones. The presidential communication team has been touring all the zones to see things for themselves and feel the pulse of Nigerians and conduit feedback. If Obi cares, there's a digital binder full of reports and Nigeria's economic turnaround under Tinubu administration, inclusive of many transformation projects and policies such as NEL4 that are impacting Nigerians everywhere. These are some of Bayon Onuga's response to the interview. And the presidency is saying that President Tinubu has approved expansion of Nigerian Army to 12 divisions, recruitment of 28,000 personnel. But like some people are saying, it's about putting cash to those divisions, not just announcing them. The last budget, only about 7% was released to the army of their total budgets. So it's about cash backing them, not just announcing them. APC announces National Campaign Council for Osun State governorship election. That's one that is making the round. That's what Felix Moka is saying. Senior ISWAP West Africa province finance operative among 46 terrorists and their families who has voluntarily surrendered to Nigerian troops in recent times. And Nigeria accelerates smart meter deployment with flag off of training for the first batch of meter installers. President Tinubu did meet some Northeast stakeholders and he said he has been stabilizing the country. These are some of the things that has come out. And Governor Oti, a couple of days ago, also eulogized President Tinubu economic decisions, how he freed resource. This is Governor Oti speaking, eulogizing President Tinubu's economic decisions.
Thank you. Thank him for his courage. Thank him for his sacrifices. Some people may not understand. It takes a man with courage to do what he did in 2023, remove petroleum subsidy, and follow suit with the floating of the naira. What has that done? That has freed up a lot of funds that would have been used in financing consumption.
But the question we should ask Mr. Hot is that has freed up a lot of funds. Are the people getting the funds? No. And it didn't stop subsidy payments, Governor Oti. In fact, subsidy was still paid in the month of 2024. So it didn't. So like I was saying, it didn't just free up funds like that. A lot of that money was still paid. Subsidy money was still paid, and this continued for a while. In fact, there's over 17 billion trillion in the books of NMPC that some people are still saying is, subsidy money and all of that. So there's still a lot of back and forth as regards that. And the funds that they claim is freed up, we are not seeing it in the lives of the people. The budgets, big line items on corruption, money to buy SUV. I mean, take for instance, 962 billion for SUVs and empowerment project exceeds the combined budget of 7 key ministries. They're spending close to $1 trillion to buy SUVs in the budget. I mean, these are the things people are complaining about. So it's not that easy. It's not that hard and fast. It's been a lot of pain for people. It's been a lot of torment for a lot of people.
Thank you for that report you gave us. But I'm sure that there are some other things you'd like to add this morning.
Yes, Yangol. The 30 people in Kaduna that are killed.
Yeah.
It's a very sad one. So the question is, when people say, and they try to downplay Christian genocide, you hear what Sokapo is saying. That is very abhorrent. See, two truths can exist. We know bandits are attacking Muslims, Christians, and everybody. But there are some flashpoints that Christians are attacked. Flashpoints, Kaduna, Benue. And you see, no matter how much they try to push this matter away, there are already ample evidence. People are going to give account in America. Victims are going to give account. So no matter how you try to push it away, you can't deny the fact that this is there, and that this is painful. It's a painful ordeal.
Yeah. So while there's a Christian genocide, as we see the evidences, all they can do is legislate against preaching in buses. And they have reaffirmed
that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. Because people should have their freedoms. All right? But also, I am also very careful, of also, in the name of your religion, encroaching on other people's spaces. All right? Because I might be an Ayilala worshiper, and when you come to preach in the bus, which is a public space, violating my own rights, it feels somehow. Because if, for instance, I'm an Igbe worshiper, and I wear my Igbe attire with my powder and everything on, and I'm coming to dance in front of the boss, you will be casting and binding. You, in your mindset, will think, oh, this is an incantation or something. I'm also trying to tell people that let's respect each other's religious sensitivity. If you want to do your religion, do it in your own private religious space. All right? But you now going ahead to say people, should be banned for expressing their faith and things like that. No, let's be careful. Let's be careful.
Because people are asking the question, what's the difference between preaching on the bus and the early morning call of the
That's why I
Muslims?
say,
Yes.
that's why I say we should respect each other's religious sensitivity.
And blocking streets to pray and all
And
that.
blocking, is it only street? What's the street? Expressway to pray.
So, yeah, that's why people will always keep asking questions. Balance it out, like you said about the Nnamdi Kanu thing. Balance these things out.
Just balance it out, because in one hand you are saying, I'm not saying all the things Nnamdi Kanu did I support, but there are people that have said also worse things. Yango, is he not somebody, the president's spokesman today, that said after the 2020 elections that this should be the last time Igbo should play any role in Lagos politics? Igbos that have been here before he came to Lagos, years before he came to Lagos.
It's really unfortunate. And now the news that came out that the president snubbed the South African delegate as if it was a great stand against the South African xenophobia that is happening against.
It was not a great stand, but it's also a good one, because the meeting was not pre-planned.
Yes, exactly. How will other countries begin to see us that you can just send a delegation without giving us prior information?
Yeah, so it was
xenophobia or not, I'm not sure that meeting should have held.
So that's just it. You can't just it's part of the disrespect now.
Yeah.
It's part of the disrespect.
Still, the delegation has been met by the Minister of State Foreign Affairs, so there's no snubbing there. So it's not a point. Okay, so the unfortunate thing, Kwara groups demand 176 abductees rescue, one of worsening terrorism. So while we're talking about the Oyo and other places, there are people still languishing.
The Kayama situation is still there.
176.
Yes, the Kayama situation is still there. You can't just wish it away. The Kayama situation is still there. There are other people in the bushes everywhere. There are other people that have not been. Is it only that one? What about the Borno people?
Yeah.
You know, around the time your kids were, and I think it's unfair what has been done to Borno kids, because we didn't take it with the same oomph as if we took the Oyo situation. And these things are not fair. So today the Borno kids are still there. They are Nigerian kids too. They have rights too, like others. Why can't we make the country a better place for them by bringing them back home? So please, let us do what is right.
Well, we hope we'll get it right. We thank you for your time, Rufai, this morning. Let me call Barrister Darlington.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, have a wonderful day.
Always a pleasure. Yeah. Bless you, my brother. Yeah.
The front page review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Nyamgul Agadi. I'm your host, and we're here together. Shortly, we'll be joined by Barrister Darlington, who'll be talking about some issues as well. The rest of the issues that we did not touch with Rufai. But you've heard so far what Rufai has said. Before I connect with Barrister Darlington, let me just remind you of some of these interesting headlines making the rounds. Oshun Guba polls credibility doubts heighten over worsening violence, stolen PVCs. You remember, Rufai talked about it. PFIPC scandal. House orders IGP to produce fake DG, uncovers 29 suspected forged documents. Xenophobic attacks. Tinubu snubs Ramaphosa's special envoy, and federal government has said that 98 Nigerians were killed in South Africa within 4 years. So there was a delegation sent by the president of South Africa to Nigeria, and we were told that the president said he was not going to meet with that delegation. And some of us were clapping that, okay, yes, you've taken a great stand. Then we now discovered that that meeting was not even scheduled. We were not informed. He just sent a delegation to Nigeria What kind of disrespect is that? So the president said, no, I'm not going to meet with you, and he was advised against it. And then later, he sent the Minister of State, Foreign Affairs, to go meet them. So which means the president has still met with the South African president. But I do hope that what they discussed there was going to make a real impact and make sure that our people are not being killed anymore. 98 people killed in one country in 4 years. That's no small number. Anyway, tension in Kaduna over murder of 30 people. It has happened again in Kaduna South, where it always happens, and why. One of the reasons why they're saying there's a Christian genocide in Nigeria. 29 forged documents by fake agency uncovered by panel. House faces pressure to summon Gbajabiamila. So almost everybody else who is fingered in this scandal has been summoned by the House of Reps, but they do not want to summon Gbajabiamila. Let's see in the coming days what happens, whether they are going to summon him or not. Then SANU demands immediate implementation of 2026 Pact, payment of salary arrears. Candidates upload. APC, PDP, ADC, others didn't meet July 11 INEC deadline. APC, PDP, ADC, and others didn't meet July 11 INEC deadline. So if these parties did not meet their deadline, who will contest? So maybe INEC will have to shift that date. FRSC bill restates ban on preaching hawking in commercial vehicles, and Lagos government announces 2-week traffic diversion for Kara Bridge repairs. This is a very important announcement for the people who are living on that axis, the Mowe Bafo axis, the Kara, Opik, Asheshe, Arekbo, and the rest of those areas. A lot of people come from there every day for work. So plan your day well. That means you'll have to move either earlier than before, or you have to look for a place to stay in Lagos for the next 2 weeks that this repairs will be happening. You know what happens when there is an accident on that bridge? The traffic, is massive. So just plan your day well, plan your time well, and just plan your life around that. Okay, you're still listening to Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We're not talking with you right now on the phone, and we've not opened our lines yet. You can send us a message on 081-7175-6338, 081-7175-6338. In fact, we're going to begin to read out these messages until Barrister Darlington joins us for the show this morning. We hope that you're there, and we hope that you're well as well. Okay. Or have we been joined by Barrister already? Anyway, let's take this message from His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko. The rate at which innocent Nigerians are being killed every day is unbelievable. The worst states are Benue and Plateau, where farmers are being killed like chicken. A situation where farmers are being killed and their farm products destroyed by these criminals can only result to more woes and hunger to the consumers of these products. I therefore urge our government to seriously change it for these criminals by deleting them from the Nigerian soil. Nigeria is a peaceful country, and we must definitely fight hard to regain our beautiful nation. Have a blessed day. From His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko in Oshodi. We also have this one saying, good morning, VOP family and crew. Now that the crude oil price has come down to $88 per barrel in the international market, can our marketers please bring our pump price down with the same percentage the crude oil came down with? The president, who is also the Minister of Petroleum, should intervene if they refuse to do so. Benjamin from Shogunle. And then we have, for the first time that this administration came on board, President Tinubu's boycott to attend, the delegates and the president of South Africa had sent to Nigeria is what has gladdened my heart. Nigerians don't deserve the kind of treatment they were given in South Africa. Well, someone has met with them and sent by the president. So anything he says, anything he does is the president. Well, you went ahead to say, also, let's call a spade a spade. It's possible for any serious government to perform well within 4 years in office, which was what the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, told President Tinubu, her husband, about the governor of Abia State, Mr. Alex Oti, when she visited the state. To me, I see the statement made by her as an affirmation that the husband has not performed well, and that 4 years is not enough, should not be an excuse for poor performance. The issue of spending huge amount of money on frivolous things, all in the name of empowerment, which in most cases will go only to their party members. To me, I see all of this as an avenue to embezzle public funds. Finally, we're yet to see the distribution of free prepaid meters in the Ijegamo community. Olorun Agbawao, God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onotoye from the Ijegamo community sent this in. We also have this one saying, is Osun State already aflame, given hoodlums cutting away electoral material and drum beats of war in the air as the off-cycle election births this August 2026 remains a foretaste of what will happen in 2027 presidential election nationwide. Okay, this is calling on the National Peace Committee, supervised by former head of state General Abdul Salami Abubakar and Bishop Hassan Matthew Kuka, to rise up and douse expected violence that will haunt peaceful elections 2027, not as witness to tear. Besides the body language of the INEC, its chairman, judiciary, law enforcement agents suggest a compromised election 2027 already. Hence, the presidency's confidence with its poaching of all state governors. Given the humongous and harvest deaths of 30 indigenous people of Karu in Kaduna State yesterday, killings in Rivers State warrants the phrase, "Which way Nigeria?" a song by late Tony Okosun. Is Nigeria's state fast becoming the famed biblical Golgotha, field of blood, as this federal government, with its propaganda, is mouthing good recommendations from the USA for fighting insurgency and terrorists in the land? Little wonder when evil prevails, impious men bear away. Then the post of honor becomes a private station. I humbly submit. From the desk of Dr. Ugo Suji in Festac. Dr. Ugo, thank you very much. Elder General in Oshori Osun, Mazi Ugo Chukwu, is saying, I can see that fear of Obi is the beginning of wisdom in APC. Anytime he says anything, they tremble. Mr. President should shun sentiments and do the needful. All judges that collected house as gifts from corrupt politicians should be sacked in order to save our judiciary. Please free Mazi Namdi Kanu. And this one also says the government is banning Christian preaching in the bus. This is the first step to ban Christianity in Nigeria, but the government should know that the terrorists in Nigeria and all the people in Nigeria need the preaching to repent from their ways. Even the leaders need the message to change from their evil ways. But I trust God Almighty. He will use other ways to send the message to the people. Johnson from Agege. Anyway, let's just open the lines now for you to talk with us. Call us on 0700 903 903 903 or 080-3692-9933. 0700 903 903 903 or 080-3692-9933. For WhatsApp, it's 081-7175-63 3338. Send us that message or call us on these numbers I have given to you. It's still Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And I'm still Nyamgul Agaji. I haven't changed my name. Okay. We're still trying to connect with Barrister Darlington Agamo to talk with us, but until that is done, let us just make do with our most prized guest. That is you right now. Okay, so let's take this first call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yamgo.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good.
Oh, we thank God. We thank God for another day.
Yes, sir.
My name is Shola.
All right, Shola, go on.
I'm calling from... Yes. Yeah, so my own take out of the headlines is the trending story, the narration by Babacha Lawal. You know, for me, these people, I don't reckon with them. Okay, what is our business with the president doesn't eat, he smokes, is this, is that. If Babacha Lawal were to be in this government, you will never hear him say such things. You know, even though I'm not a fan of the president, but, you know, they should please spare us all these unnecessary talks, you know. And what I see is that most of our politicians, I can say 95 or to 97% of them, they are so selfish. They don't care about the people, whatever they say. And that plays out even in the... You will see that even the opposition we say we have, they are not formidable because they all have their own selfish interests. So they should please spare us. They should spare us. They should go and sit down somewhere. Let me leave room for others.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Opposition politicians may not be formidable, but opposition Nigerians, who are the citizens who are bearing the brunt, should be very, very formidable so that we can make a statement in 2027. Okay. Good morning, Yamgula Gaji. Please tell Rufai Hussaini that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's hands are clean. That's why federal government never see anything bad against him to kill him. Even God in heaven knows his hands are clean. He formed ESN to secure our land, period. All the killings in Igbo land was done by federal government for them to tag Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist, to tell Rufai Hussaini to say what he knows. I think Rufai said what he knows. There were very inflammatory statements that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made. That is not the argument. The argument is that, did he make the worst statements? Why are people who are making similar or worse statements walking free and he is being incarcerated? That is the question we're asking. So there should be fairness in everything we do as a country. That's the argument. So let's leave other things out. Mazi Kanu should be freed because people with worse records and worse statements are moving free. That's the argument. And that is a better argument than the fact that he didn't do anything wrong, you know. So this one says, good morning, Yamguru, Rufai Hussaini and VOP family. Did I hear voters' cards have been carted away by hoodlums in INEC office in Oshun? INEC, what's going on? See killings at southern Kaduna state recently and other places. Is the president no longer active? If I may ask Bayo Ononuga, he should show us the renewed hope. Where 210 trillion naira is missing, fake agency and others, what's a guan in this nation? Masses vote and defend your vote for a new Nigeria. This is from Churchill in Ikorodu. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello. Okay, so call us back. Maybe you forgot you had called us. We also have a message saying Bayo Ononuga should know that we don't need Obi to tell us because we know how disastrous this government is. This government is the worst in Nigerian history, so let him relax. John from Ijani King sent this in. Okay, call us. The numbers are 0700 903 903 903 or 080 3692 9933. Call us now or send us a message on WhatsApp 08171756338. Hello, good morning. Hello. Why is this happening? Just call us now and stay on the line, believing that you will be taken. Hello, good morning. Okay. All right. Very good. Now let's take another message from Stevie Kello. Stevie Kello is writing from Maryland, and he says the Osun State toxic political intrigues as what is going to be replicated in other states of the Federation in 2027. This is because APC is a political party, or as a political party, has no credible achievements to speak for them or market them. They will deploy all manner of shenanigans to grab power as usual. May God bless Nigeria. Stevie Kello is saying that. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, good morning. Seems as if it was my fault that I couldn't get all these people. Good morning. What's your name?
Yeah, this is UC.
UC.
Calling from Apapayero of Lagos.
Okay, UC, thanks for joining us. Go on.
Mr. Yango.
Yes, sir.
The Minister of Education said something.
Yeah.
He said education is the foundation and the plan of President Tinubu to achieve his 1 trillion GDP economy.
Yeah.
Mr. Yango,
Yeah.
that thing he said is a truth, not just a truth, it's an eternal truth. Now, that is actually the most strongest statement, or the most reasonable statement and most responsible statement I've heard from a minister in this country in the 66 years of this country's existence. Mr. Yaguru, look, every industry, manufacturing, commerce, productivity economically, they are all conversion of education. They are education conversion. What do I mean? Now, they should move beyond theory to practical aspect of education. Now, as that statement is reasonable and logically, now, they should invest in educational research, findings and discovery. Every economy that grew from research, findings and discovery. Mr. Nyagoro, you cannot separate education from wisdom, knowledge and understanding, intelligence and truth. In fact, truth is a refinery and the foundation of all knowledge. Now, you teach knowledge from truth. You make knowledge grow from truth. So the government has just made the right statements and the right insights. So in as much as they've coined like that, they should please invest in education. Nigeria has not grown because education has failed. Not just investment, we've not made the right step towards education. China became a giant today in technology because they invest in education proper through research, findings and discovery. So when the man made that statement, I said this is light. So illumination is the right way forward to grow any nation and economy and the people. So when you made that statement, I said this man must be speaking from a deep inspiration. I told your colleague yesterday last night, I said somewhere in the book Proverbs 21, the Bible said the heavens is for height and the earth is for depth. For you to enjoy the depth of the earth, you need to dig deep into the depth of the earth. So in that investigation, the depth is knowledge, research, finding and discovery. So government should take it up with it. It's almost achieved 1 trillion GDP mark. Rufai Oseni, I appreciate your work. Please, those investigation is reporting on VOP. Please tell the man it should be run intermittently, whether program or no program, whether someone is on air or not. Let us be hearing in and out all the 24 hours. That is a remarkable thing for BOP. Rufai Oseni, I appreciate you. God bless you. Mr. Yango, keep it up.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, after making the statement that the youths and education are very important to this president, today the headline here is SANU, that is Senior Staff Association of University, is demanding immediate implementation of 2026 Pact, payment of salary arrears and all that. So to succeed in achieving what you want to achieve, you have to respect all the agreements you have made with the educational institutions and educational bodies and all the people that make our educational sector to move. Anyway, so let all these things be implemented. Okay, now let's go to one message before I welcome my guest into the house. Yamgul, my contribution on security in Nigeria is that the reported kidnapping of a judge shows that insecurity in Nigeria has become a national emergency. If a judicial officer is not safe, ordinary citizens are even more vulnerable. Salary increase for security personnel alone will not solve the problem. Government must improve intelligence gathering, provide modern equipment, secure forests and highways, protect vulnerable institutions, prosecute kidnappers, and strengthen properly regulated community policing. Nigeria must stop reacting only after attacks and begin preventing them through intelligence, technology, accountability, and decisive leadership. Security is the foundation of justice, development, and national stability. This is from Dr. K, GA, USA. Okay, so I still have a lot of messages here to read. Okay, let me introduce my guest in the house this morning. Do you remember that I was trying to call Mr. Darlington earlier on? I was confusing Tuesday and Thursday in my head. I think that's another form of Nigeria happening to me. But eventually, the right guest for Tuesday is here this morning. Prince Chilaka, good morning and welcome to the show.
I'm good. Good morning.
I'm laughing at myself and laughing at you as well. Okay, what happened? You came a little bit behind time.
I overslept.
You overslept?
Yes.
It reminds me of one time, I think I've told this story before, where I was supposed to do something and I was like 5 minutes late. That was because I was overwhelmed by the work the previous night that I was not scheduled to do in the same job that I'm doing right now. And I came and they said, you were late for 5 minutes. I said, okay, I'm sorry. They said, what was the problem? They gave me a query and I said, it's because I overslept and I'm sorry, it will not happen again. They gave me another query and asked me, so you did not have the courtesy to lie? When I look back on that, I always laugh. I had to face the panel, and the management. You didn't have the courtesy to even lie. You told us brazenly as if it's something that you were supposed to do. But I slept. I overslept. That's the reason.
I mean, that's nature.
Yeah, so now I've set my alarm earlier than I used to set it. So it will not happen again.
And an extra 5 minutes.
Yes. Anyway, welcome to the show. So all the headlines here, let me just rush them. Oshun Guba polls credibility doubts heighten over worsening violence and stolen PVCs. There was a problem. They went and stole PVCs. Now they're not stealing ballot boxes. They're stealing PVCs,
No, but on that, I think it's high time INEC stops using the NUROT to move their sensitive documents.
Okay, and this is in the same state that the governor banned these people because of
and they refused to accept
and they said no, it's only the president that can say
so
something.
we need to I mean, all the budget that INEC is getting, they need to find a new means of moving their sensitive items. I think and then URT is getting larger than life, it's getting more emboldened to do a lot of illegalities, and we need to curb it. I keep saying that, unfortunately, government keeps allowing non-state actors to become too active. So, I mean, if the fact that they're being employed and being commissioned to carry sensitive documents makes them feel that they're above life, we should stop it. We should stop it. We should be able to be a country where things are done orderly.
So how do we define non-state actors now when it seems as if the government, the state is using them to do other things that they want to do the dirty jobs sometimes?
Well, which is why a lot of us are really skeptical about state police too. Yes.
Well, anyway, this PFIPC, the alleged, why are you laughing, Prince? PFIPC scandal. House orders IGP to produce fake, this quote-unquote fake DG, uncovers 29 suspected forged documents. There's also, House faces pressure to summon Gbajabiamila. Everybody fingered in this scandal has been invited one way or the other, except Gbajabiamila. So now there's pressure that Gbajabiamila needs to be invited as well. But that's what.
But if the House wants to do a thorough job, they should invite him, because he seems to be the man, in the middle of the storm. He needs to be invited, and I don't know why, the same man that the police paraded, they find it difficult to bring him out to the National Assembly. They should bring him out. I mean, they don't need to issue a warrant or issue a kind of threat to the Nigerian police to produce him. So if the police, as we know, are holding him, the reason why they're holding him is to thorough investigation to be carried out. And any agency or any arm of government that requires his presence, the police should not hesitate to bring him out.
Anyway, let me take this message. Nigerians are not interested in whatever the president has for his breakfast, because that will never put food on the table of the common man. All we ask for is good governance. That he refused to see the South African delegate is the least our government will never be quiet and watch Nigerians deal with any foreigner that way, no matter the circumstances. Please, I have issue with the calling number. The figure is more than 11. It came back from Mafuluku. The only figures that will be more than 11 are the 0700 903 903 903. But we also have the 080 3692 9933. Call us on that one. Those ones are not more than 11. But even the one that is more than 11, it's a special number, and it can be that way. So they are both correct. 0700 903 903 903. People have been calling on that number. And then 080 3692 9933. Or you simply send us a message like you've sent right now. It came back from Mafuluku. Okay, there's another one. We just spoke about it now on this message. Tinubu snobs, that's what they said. Xenophobic attacks. Tinubu snobs Ramaphosa's special envoy, and the federal government also has said 98 Nigerians have been killed in South Africa within 4 years.
I think the capture of that headline is wrong. It's, I mean, you don't snub somebody, you eventually send people to go and attend to. There's no snub there. So
what is even the snub? Because there was no message to Nigeria that we are coming.
Exactly.
According to the report I read.
So nobody will talk about it. I think the headline was just, it's been mischievous. There's nothing like snub. The thing is, if the president snubbed them, then nobody would have met with them. But for the fact that Minister of State had to go and meet with them, he didn't go there in his capacity as the minister. He went there as a representative of the government. Yeah. So if he goes there, whatever he says, whatever they discuss, is more like the president discussing with them. So, you know, we should forget all this back and forth and face things the way they really are. Long before now, we had asked that the president should take decisive action to impose sanctions on South African businesses in Nigeria and all of that, but nothing was done. You know, so sending an envoy, so to say, is medicine after death. After people have been killed, you're sending somebody to come and, you know, it's like what we're having with the bandits. After they kill people, after they maim people, after they chase people away from their ancestral home, then they come and tell you they have surrendered, that they have repented, and you claim you have rehabilitated them, and you're sending them back to the society.
And recruiting some of them,
you know, so
reports.
It doesn't add up.
Yeah. I think it's an insult on the Nigerian state. Insult, because if you have to, just imagine going to meet the President of the United States without informing them, and you just came. Ramaphosa sent me. I'm just imagining what Trump will do. If it will even
you
get
and
to
I
Trump,
know what he will do.
Even if it will even get to his ears, because the people who are
around
protocol
him
will not allow that. And it happened here, and then you sent an envoy, somebody to go and represent you and all that. Well, like this message from Bayo has said, God's guidance will not leave us today and forever, in Jesus' name. May we be guided to take the right decisions. Okay, 98 people killed in South Africa in 4 years, 30 people killed in Kaduna.
In one day.
Oh, in one day, yeah, in one day.
Are you doing a comparison?
What did the government do to those who, in fact, let us just pay some bills and then come back to this.
Where every stay is a celebration of comfort and style. Discover beautifully designed rooms crafted for your relaxation and peace of mind. Savor delicious, expertly prepared meals at our exceptional restaurants. Relax and socialize at our elegant lounge bar. Refresh yourself at the vibrant pool bar and enjoy a soothing swim in our sparkling pool. Planning something special? Our spacious and sophisticated hall provides the perfect setting for weddings, conferences, and memorable events. Whether for business or leisure, we deliver excellence with unmatched hospitality. Comfort, class, premium experience. Book today and elevate your hospitality experience. Airport Golden Tulip. Stay golden. Live golden.
You are listening to your number one station, the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch.
Finish it from Aniebet Hari in Egbeda. Good morning. 98 people killed in South Africa in 4 years, 30 people killed in Kaduna in a day. Which one is bigger? What did the government do to those who killed my people here in our country? Is it not to recruit them into the army, pay them for killing my people? What is happening in Nigeria is what happened in the days of Jeremiah, as recorded in Jeremiah 2:7-8. Thank you. And Everett Harry, thank you very much. We have this one saying, until we learn to ask the government to do what they swore to do in the office rather than asking God to come and do what the government ought to do, the narrative will remain same. This is called a palliative system of government where rice is the order of the day. Sheyi Cuts from Itire. And then we have this one saying, I want to say clearly that Nigeria is a jerk. Another killing in Kaduna South. This is unacceptable to Nigerians. We have right to be protected. Sleep in our homes with our eyes closed. This administration has a lot on its plate. And remember, the world is watching and keeping records. We deserve total peace in Nigerian state. God bless VOP for your tireless job. I'm Ambassador Honors G from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Ambassador Honors. I support the federal government for banning preaching in the bus because it's a distraction to others beside religion is the major problem we're having in this country. Possibly let Christian and Islam be banned. Let us live our normal life as Africans. Okay. This is from, well, I don't know what your name is. I just know you as Grana. Nigeria soldiers are all in southeast, burning down houses, killing and destroying hard-earned properties belonging to our people. It's happening in Enugu, Imo, and indeed all over Igbo land. In fact, Asari Dokubo, militants, and Nigeria security operatives, all of them are involved. Please highlight this genocide in your broadcast. Real second Nigeria-Biafra war is going on in the southeast. What has the Igbo done to Tinubu? Realtor Frank Uba from Ejigbo. The first question should be directed to the governors. If this is happening and you're seeing it, why are they not raising their voices? It's either it is happening the way you're putting it, or it is not happening, but something bad that the governors should have spoken about is happening. And I think Prince has always said it, that the governors in the Southeast have failed.
No, they have totally failed. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that's the truth. Because if you look at the Southeast, you ask yourself, I'll give you a typical example. On Sunday, my mom had to travel to the southeast because I hear that they still sit at home on Mondays.
Yeah.
I don't know how truthful that is, but I know that Mondays seem to have become a day people sit at home. And, you know, the flight was meant for, first of all, there was a flight advertised for 10. It was cancelled to 2. And once they got at the airport, the flight was, moved forward to 3, moved forward to 4, moved forward to 5. Do you know why?
10 o'clock flight.
A 2 o'clock flight. 10 o'clock was
10.
ruled out.
Okay.
Now, do you know why this happens? It's because there are not many people taking flights. And then all the governors are busy building airports. And I'm asking, who are those going to? I heard the one in Ebonyi State has been turned to a prayer center. You know, so I ask my so-called political leaders from the Southeast, what has gone wrong with train network in the Southeast? Is that something that is not possible? Rather than spend all that billions they spend on building airports, why not use it to network the Southeast on train? It will be cheaper. It will be more effective. It will be faster. It will be time-saving.
Okay. The general consensus now is that we don't have government as such. We should come together to form a new government to be headed by Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. So we should stop talking about Tinubu and APC. This is terrorism pervading our country at present. What a holocaust. Billy from Ikotun. And AB is saying that Obi will not die. He will leave and be defeated by President Tinubu. And that after that, then Zulum and who did he say? Soludo will also beat him again in 2031. So those are the people that have chosen to succeed President Tinubu in 2031. Good morning, AB, anyway. Someone says, good morning, let's sell this country. We don't tire. Who will buy it? Okay. Esther, talk about something meaningful to Nigerians. Who changed my name to Esther now? I beg you. I'm Nyamgul, not Esther. Okay, so we also have this message. I think this would be like, remember what Ononuga said, that once you enter APC, your brain stops functioning. Well, that's exactly what is happening to the president and presidency. All people ruling Nigeria is there with malfunctioning brain. That's the reason they are doing what they are doing. Was it Ononuga or Buala that said that? That the human brain works 24 hours, and once you join APC, it stops working. These people are having these things, their words testifying against them, Okay, let's take a final message from OC Morale. The motivational message for this beautiful morning is: friendship is not about who you have known the longest. It's about who walked into your life and said, "I'm here for you," and proves it. God bless Nigeria. God bless the management and staff of VOP FM. Happy, wonderful new week ahead of you. OC Morale, thank you very much for always giving us your words of encouragement. Let me come back to you, Prince Chilaka. Okay, let me say hello. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother Yambu.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, preacher, I salute you.
I salute you back.
Yeah, this is measure for me contribute.
Okay, go on.
Yambu, in fact, what is happening today is a record development. You may ask why. Remember, if Tinubu did not rule Nigeria, the way he will be rated after his death, you'll be surprised. If Tinubu did not rule Nigeria, the way the press will rate him as one of the best man on earth. But thank God, finally he ruled as a president and have seen his weakness. We have seen his nonchalant attitude. We have seen that he has nothing to offer. It will be my imagination that someone with a Nepal bill president, which is Buhari, will beat a man from Chicago University. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable that a man with a Nepal bill certificate ruled Nigeria for 8 years, and a man with the Chicago University is now doing the worst. I'm telling you, I'm highly surprised. No wonder. This is how Nigerians everything have turned upside down. Look at our state. Grab it, snatch it, everything. Tell me what has not destroyed Nigeria. The judiciary have been destroyed. The media have been destroyed. The police have been destroyed. Everything have been destroyed. Look at the NBA election. NBA election. Who has been singing on your man we shall stand. Look at everything in Nigeria is upside down. It's quite unfortunate. The country is gone. You believe it. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Have a wonderful day. Okay, so let me hear your final words before we take a bow on this program this morning. Prince.
Well, the elections are coming up. I stand on the fact that we need to... Why are you laughing?
I thought when you started, I thought you would say mandate.
No, we need to stop this. We need to stop this whole idea of empowering the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers.
Okay.
They become completely lawless, and they have no regards or respect for the laws of the country, and as such, we need to put them in their place. This idea of using them to move sensitive documents has to stop, because they have shown time and time that they are not reliable, and that they are not working for the collectiveness of Nigerians, but for individuals.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prince Chilaka, for your time this morning. Don't oversleep again next week.
Yeah, you're looking for trouble.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on the show, we are going to wrap it up right now, but we're being joined by somebody else who will give us an update to make us financially free. And we just called the group O-Link, and they will be talking with us for 5 minutes. So just don't go away. Okay. You and welcome. Please just introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us give us the update that you have brought for us. O-Link. Go right ahead.
Hello, my people. Good morning. How are you doing today? It's raining season. I hope you're enjoying the weather. My name is Dr. Blessing, the naturopathy doctor. I'm coming from all the way from O-Link Healing Naturopathy Clinic. O-Link Naturopathy Clinic is a place where you use our natural herbs to take care of our different health challenges that we are facing. In fact, as the whole world, natural herbs now is what is really giving an answer quickly to every health challenges. So I'm here in conjunction with a Ravela Ultra Solution. Ravela Ultra Solution is a clinic in a bottle that does wonders. Ravela Ultra Solution, it detoxifies the body system, releases waste. Over time, it shows down blood circulation and overloading the kidney and liver. That is why regular detox are essential. Ravela serves as a natural antioxidant and also as a natural antibiotics. It helps people with ulcer, boost the immunity. It lowers high sugar. It treats stroke, asthma, cancer, prostate, any kind of issue that you're passing through. Ravela Ultra Solution is here to help you. And also increases the libido. That man, that woman who does not have urge, please take Ravela. Ravela will help you. Are you that person suffering from typhoid and malaria for a long while? It will also help you. It also treats stubborn arthritis, pains that you have tried up to no avail. Are you that woman having infertility issue? Please use Ravela Ultra Solution. And Ravela is a bus stop to so many health challenges that we are facing today. And also is a painkiller. This particular Ravela product is brought from our own home, our own farm, our own herbs. Is our herbs. Is a Nigerian-made product that does wonders. Is a product that when you take it, you will really, really be happy within you. And that product is a product that immediately you taste it, within 10 seconds, within 10 minutes, you begin to notice, oh, really, I've taken something. And we're having a health seminar by tomorrow morning by 11 a.m. Please, wherever you are, come down to O-Link Healing Naturopathy Clinic at number 101 Aina Street, beside Sec Pharmacy, Ojodubega. And also we have our branch at Egbeda number 2 Iduma Egbeda. Please contact us from you can come to our seminar tomorrow, or you can also call us. And we have different health machines that we use to take care of different health challenges that you are passing. Are you that person having prostate issue? We have the machine that we can use for it. Eye issue, please come. We will really, and also we also do a health talk and tell you what you are to avoid and what you are to take. So those things are very necessary. Sometimes you see a lot of people being sick. Not that you is ignorant of you not studying your body, not studying your system. When you study your system, you know the actual thing to give to your system, and also live a very good lifestyle. It helps a lot. So, and I've mentioned our address. Let me mention it again: 101 Aina Street, beside Sec Pharmacy, Ojodubega. And also at Egbeda, we have our branch over there, number 2 Iduma Street.